everyone, Sophia here, my great challenger. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to review a third robot cat litter box, a self-cleaning litter box. This one is a little bit different. It's an open concept. What it means is that it is not a completely encapsulated litter box. It is open. The advantage is that you can use it for your larger breed cats, for example, a Maine Coon, or cats who tend to be intimidated by the enclosed little boxes. Let me get started. I'm unboxing, setting it up, and hopefully the cats will use it today and review it for you. I know a lot of people have seen those little boxes, whether it's the Neakasa or other ones out on the market, and you've probably seen a lot of negative reviews about the possibility of the cats being endangered in the box. It is true that it's happened, not with this brand, with a different brand, but all of the new boxes and the ones I've reviewed in the past have sensors, meaning that when the little box is in operation, whether it's a cylinder that fully rotates or whether it's one of those kind of like the pirate boat at the fair, or it's a comb, if the box senses movement around its perimeter, it will automatically stop the cleaning process. And it happens with all of the boxes that I've had so far. If my cat walks by it while it's operating, it stops. If I walk by it while it's operating, it stops. If my cat is not moving in front of the box and peeks inside the cylinder, it will stop. They do that on purpose to make sure that your animal is safe, but also toddlers. So there is a child safety that is attached to those boxes now, and old news, I'm hoping, no longer affects them. We have two different boxes upstairs on the third and the second floor. We absolutely love them. I have to be honest, I no longer scoop. I really don't. The machine does it, and every 4 or 5 days, depending, I go in, pull out my bag, close it, and to the trash it goes. Very minimal care on my part. My cats are happy and the box is always clean. Another concern that I've heard is cats need to smell their own urine in their litter box in order for them to feel like it's their litter box. And the concern may be that it gets too clean and it's brand new each time. It is not. There's always going to be the scent of the cat inside the box, whether it is a open concept or a fully enclosed cylinder. It cleans and takes out all of the clumps, but there's always going to be a little bit of it in there. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. How about we get started? Let me pull it out of the box and we're gonna check it out. This one is going to stay in the basement. Safety tips. We recommend using clumping litter. For cats weighing less than 1 kilo, pregnant cats or nursing cats, please set the device to kitten mode, meaning that it will disable automatic cleaning and use the manual cleaning function. It comes with one of those mats, and those mats are pretty cool because what happens is that when your cat comes out of the box and you see it has this honeycomb pattern, all of the litter that is stuck to their paws will go underneath the mat. So you just take out the mat once in a while and just literally pour the litter out. And this is actually a very nice mat. Okay, these are the support legs. They give you 2 rolls of garbage bags, and here it is. I have not installed the feet yet, but you get an idea of the size of the little box. But on the screen I'm going to add information about it, the dimension, as well as the maximum capacity for your cat in pounds and kilo. Put this back. Alright, so there's a drawer right here. So here's your bin, and expand it. There we go. Put that back in. It's a very large collection bin. Okay, there's handles on both sides that allow you to carry it. Okay, so the cable goes right here on the side. Alright, and you can see that it's already rotating. So it rotates front to back, not left to right. It's quiet. So because it's a little bit dark in my basement, I wanted to make sure that I show you what the grid looks like in the back. Okay, so everything is leveled, and now I'm going to install the app. You're probably wondering, how do you clean the cylinder? Well, you take out the two pieces that are on either side, and you just basically grab it and pull it out of the base, and that's about it. And underneath the cylinder is a trap door. So whenever the machine is in self-cleaning mode and rotates entirely onto itself, it actually opens up and leaves access to the bin that's underneath. When the machine rotates back the other way, the trap door closes. And this is to prevent odors. So everything is sealed into the bin. All right, so it did a full cleaning, and you can see that it leaves dust on here, on the edges, but that's something that if it really bothers you, you can remove. Let's see what it looks like inside. Okay, and you can see my big clump over there, so that's pretty good. Very little extra litter. I have to note that, not that you need to look at the clump for a long time, but very little extra litter. So that means that you're really not wasting a lot of litter. I gotta put this way. And that's it. So do we have another cat coming in? All right, it's time for me to give you my final thoughts. So far, Mayday went straight to it, which is kind of weird because she's usually the one who takes a long time with new things. Both of the other little box that I have. She used them once, and then once she saw that they were moving and making noise, she wanted nothing to do with it for a couple of days, and now she's totally used to it. But Severine, no problem whatsoever. She was like, oh, little box, okay, let me check it out. And she was actually very curious about the movement. So this one, for some reason, it's the opposite for her. She's kind of like, I don't know about this. But she'll get used to it. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts. I'm going to start with the things that I do not like about it, and then I'm going to tell you what I like about it. So do not like, very upfront. I do not like that you see the smudge on that particular material here at the end. I would like to keep it nice and clean. I don't know if it's just powder, but I'm concerned when it's poop. Am I gonna have poop there? So I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why it does that, but I guess it's because of the material. So perhaps a better material. Second thing, it's super sensitive. And for some people, it's probably not going to be a problem. You probably want it to be super sensitive when it comes to the movement around it. You can't have any kind of movement around it when it's doing its cycle. It will stop, which is great. It's a great safety feature. However, what if I'm doing things around and it needs to get clean? I literally have to stop what I'm doing, move away from it, and let it do its thing. So for me, it's an inconvenience, but that's minor and it's really just for me. The design concept, the open little box with the rotating drum, I like the concept. I am not a fan, and I have to be very honest, I am not a fan of the overall look to it. To me, it looks too obvious as a little box. It really, it's like you can't miss it, okay? You really can't. So, I don't know. Maybe it's the bumpers, the round space age type thing. It's kind of like, it's there, you know? Some people probably don't mind, and some people actually love that design. They think it's really cool. So for me, it's not necessarily something that I would look forward to. Again, the color, I think there is a white one, I'm not sure, but I'm not crazy about the gray. It's very industrial to me, and you know, that's just about it. Other than that, it does a good job. I like that it waits 10 minutes before it goes into the cleaning cycle. It's important to have that time because you want your clumping litter to really clump. Otherwise, that's how you end up with all those little tiny bits of wet litter that go through the grid and then come back into the little box. Not necessarily a bad thing if you want your cat to continuously smell their own scent. Some of the things that the app will tell you is whether or not the bin is properly in place. It will send you messages, you know, the bin is not in place. Of course, it sends you notification that your cat is in there. It tells you how long the cat stayed in there. It weighs the cat, so you know which cat went in. So you get a message that said, Severin used the little box for 45 or, 55 seconds. And then it would give you the weight in pounds or kilos, whatever you programmed it to. So it kind of tracks the habits of your cat, and it will, and then you can get a graph that will tell you how many times average per day the cat is using. So if you're monitoring your cat's health, just like the other little box, it's very important. And then you can monitor their weight as well. There's a button to clean the litter box altogether. Basically what it does is that it will rotate and it will send all the leftover litter inside the bin. If you want to completely change over the litter, I would do that probably once a month to clean the drum. So you send all the leftover litter into the compartment at the bottom for the trash. And then you pull this out and then you wash it, you clean it, you do whatever. You probably want to clean underneath and everything. I'm going to keep giving you pros and cons, right? Because I think it's important. Another pro, obviously, is the open concept. Again, some cats don't like the enclosure of the cat litter box, and if you have a big cat in particular, they can't really rotate and move. This is giving them enough space above, on the sides. It's pretty neat. It's deep enough so if you have a scratcher like I do, yeah, the litter goes back in, and then this acts pretty much like a barrier or a gate. Some of the little boxes will give you an additional piece you put in the front as a gate for those cats that tend to scratch too much or just barely go into the little box, and sometimes they end up doing their business outside of the box. So this is really good. I don't think this is the right box for a cat that has mobility issue, or for an older cat, or a cat that cannot jump. Because you saw Mayday came in and she jumped in. I mean, this part right here, the cat can use it as a step, but it's still almost, if not, it's still almost a foot above the ground. So it's more for the active young cats. It's not for the senior cat that is kind of, hello, what are you doing? It's going in clean mode. So right now it's doing another clean mode, which is basically the clean mode that it was supposed to do earlier. Earlier when I showed it to you as cleaning, I'd actually pressed the clean button on the app. But it's been 10 minutes and now it's going through its own cleaning cycle. So you can tell that there's really a lapse of time between the cat going in the little box and the actual automatic cleaning. It's a cool concept. I'm not gonna, I think it's a really cool concept. So, final rating, I give it a B+. This is not a, oh hello, we got another cat. Severine, you want to try it out or what? No? Okay. I give it a B+. I like the whole concept. I like the open concept, the rotating drum. It has all the features that you want in an automatic and self-cleaning litter box. It really does everything, in particular the child safety and all of that. So I know it's important to people. Hello, Severine. Are you gonna try it now? Oh, here we go. Yeah, go ahead, jump in. Oh. What do you think? Okay. Case in point. So cats like it. I think that's the most important aspect of it. My two cats seem to really like it. So I like the concept. I like the rotating drum. I like the way it works and how it works. I am not crazy about the overall look of it. This big bumper all around it. It's like the space capsule look. It's a little bit too out there for me. I like more of a traditional look. But that being said, you can see, like, if you have a cat, like my cats are a serious digger. I mean, okay, so have you buried it? You good? And here we go. So if you have a cat who's a serious digger, this is really good. That's it for me for the Neakasa M1 automated litter box. B plus for me, lots of pluses, but the overall look is a no for me. I just don't care too much about the way it looks. That's my conclusion. Other than that, it's a really good box. It's super easy to use. The cats love it. It does everything a self-cleaning litter box would do. It gives you the advantage of having that open concept. That's really all it's about. So give me a thumbs up if you like the review. Don't forget to check the links down below if you want to check it out and go on their website, look at the reviews from other users, and if I have a coupon code, I'll put it down below as well. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.